Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een, amma ba'd. In this life, when a person is living, there are certain activities which they have to do somehow. One is speech, meaning to talk. Obviously, a person who lives in a society, they will communicate through speech. Also, second thing is that because other people are doing certain things, sometimes they do right, sometimes wrong, sometimes you are doubtful, so a person reacts as well. First thing is talk, second is reacting. You react, someone does something and you then do in response as well. A third thing is that we tend to judge as well. Oh, this person is doing this because of this because of. So there are judgments actually happening in our minds when actually looking, observing, hearing about people. Fourth thing which a person does sometimes is that they become fed up or they lose hope and they quit. I can't do this now. I can't be pious. I can't do work. I can't this, etc., etc. So about these four matters, there is immense guidance we find in the uswa, the way of the Prophet ﷺ. But just because this is our short 5-minute, 10-minute majlis, just to give you one tip or one drop of that guidance for each of them, which can improve these four actually activities. First thing which we said is about talking. So one thing which we find the Prophet ﷺ did, he used to think before he actually spoke. So before you say something, communicate, or we are not saying do not speak, we are saying that at least think for a few seconds. It may change, and most likely it will change what you were going to say most of the time. So let's say you made your mind up and now you come and like a missile or just actually throw. No, before you talk, think. Meaning, how is it going to be beneficial? Is it going to be harmful? Is it the right way? Is it the right time? Etc., etc. Just think for a while. It will change your talk. It will improve your speech. It will better your way of talking and what you say and words. And because simple one thing which you are doing is you just made the habit to think before you speak. Because normally we don't think. We just words starts coming, whatever is in the mind, we speak our mind out. No, before speaking, filter, and that filters. And second thing is we also we can do is listen before we speak. Listen to the other person. It might change what you were going to say to them. Because many a times what happens is that we are so quick to say, and then when we hear what did I say? I should have just waited for few seconds. So rather than regretting, so these two things one can do is think and also listen. Okay, you can say whatever you are going to say, but listen to the other person first. Let's give them the opportunity. So this will be more wiser. You don't have to, you will not devalue yourself. Otherwise, if you keep on doing like this and say something which is not appropriate, and after listening to the other person said, for example, was going to say something else, or a situation they were going to explain, and then you say, oh sorry, I didn't know that. If you keep on doing that, you are devaluing yourself, meaning actually your wisdom and your personality. But if you think and also listen to the other person, give them the opportunity, and then, as they say, the wise person always speaks at the end. He listens to everyone and then actually speak. The fool, they speak first. They don't want to listen. So after their mind changes as well, but now actually they've said whatever they wanted to say, their foolishness or whatever have become evident. Actually. Same is also true for any response and reaction which you do. If you want to react, someone doing something, also same thing, think for a while. It might change your reaction. Give actually it time, a little bit. So there's a difference between reaction and response. The reaction is without thinking. Response means that actually you have thought and then you are actually responding. So the Prophet ﷺ taught us actually not to react. He said, Al-ujlatu min ash-shaytan. This reacting quickly, hastiness, this is from shaitan, he said. Doing things quickly, reacting quickly. Wal anatu min ar-Rahman. Thoughtfulness is from Allah. It's from Rahman and ujla. So in many matters, people who do swift and become hasty and they react and they tend to do wrong decisions, wrong reaction. So response, what is the response is you have thought and then you now say, okay, what should I do? First one was about speak, this is about action. And before making your mind up about someone, something, before you judge, there's one tip which you do is be patient and wait. It might change your viewpoint or your judgment at all. Wait, what's happening? For example, you see a person coming out of a place which is not good, so instead of quickly judging, wait what they are doing. You see two people speaking, and instead of making a judgment quickly, wait what happens. In many situations. So before you judge, be patient, wait for a little while. It will change, and it can, and it may change your viewpoint actually also. And fourth thing which we said was that before you become hopeless and quit, one thing which you can do is try once more. It may be this time actually that you are successful, because there's no hopelessness in Islam. It is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla majduhu when He decides, the matter happens, not because of our trying or anything, but when He will command, it will happen. Because if it happens just with trying, then it will happen first time. So it is when Allah Azza wa Jalla decides. Like, for example, you become ill, I became ill. You'll find 100 different, for example, solution. There'll be so many. There are medicine, there is homeopathic medicine, there is exercise, this person saying this person. So why they say, do this, that person got better like this, that person went to this doctor. The thing is that Shifa is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When He decides, He can give through water, through dua, through a medicine, through a doctor, through exercise, through anything. So it is when Allah Azza wa Jal commands. So why people say, oh, this is very successful, this medicine, this hospital, this, etc. Because they got Shifa, the command of Allah came when they were there, so they attribute it to that place. This person got through this medicine, so he will say, yeah, I got it from there, because he's attributing. So we should not attribute Shifa to a person or to anything. Shifa is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it comes, so that's what I'm saying. There's no wisdom in quitting, because actually it's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He makes a decision. People marry, sometimes they don't have a child for 10 years. Then after 10 years, suddenly they have a child. People who don't have children, sometimes they marry another, for example, women. So now their person has 2 wives, 3 wives. There are people who have 3, 4, and they don't have. So these small things actually make actually big difference in one's life and people who you are interacting with. So again I repeat, before you talk, listen and think, and before you react, think and wait also, and before making your mind up of someone, wait and be patient and see the scenario, and also before you become hopeless and quitting, try once more. Whenever it is, try once more. And you can actually become successful. Because it is Allah Azza wa Jal who is going to make a decision, not your trial or quitting. Like we find in the story of the person who killed 100 people. Now, how is it possible? There's so many reasons to become hopeless that he's lost it. And especially when he was asked to go to a city, a town where righteous people live. And he was going there, and when he was about halfway through, his death came. Now there was reason to become hopeless. Actually, that he can't reach there, he killed 100 people, what's happening? But no, when he fell down, because the spirit, the ruh is taken from the side of feet. When his feet and legs became lifeless, he fell down. He was still trying to crawl with his arm. And that made the difference. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla majduhu had fadl upon him, because he didn't quit. We are not saying that carry on until when you cannot do, when you lost power, energy, then Allah Azza wa Jal knows better. When you lost, there's nothing to try, then what can you try? But once you have a trial, do not quit. Because as I said, decision comes from Allah Jalla Majduhu. Shifa comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever He commands, a person will actually. Yes, all these asbab, we are asked to do dua and things. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla Majduhu enable us to benefit from the prophetic character and wisdom, which will immensely improve our daily lives, our family lives, and our general lives, and also our akhirah. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.